This is the introduction of the Fall 2025 collection. There's a lot going on this season. There's always a fun little story behind each collection where everything is thought about to the nth degree. The shapes this season we're playing with again are geometrics, scaled up squares, scaled up rounds, and just a lot of excitement added to the assortment. With OG, we kind of like to play with the collection always every season. They appreciate it. I think this is just fun to have one sunglass, you know, just to put people on the edge of their seat like, oh, only one sunglass, what are we gonna do? Well, the point of doing one sunglass is we just wanna show people that, hey, some of these frames look really cool as sunglasses. And also, when I designed this frame, I was like, wow, this is so hot. It'll look great as a sunglass. We also were getting some feedback where people wanted bigger sizes of the Thanks Much. So we have the big Thanks Much. We grounded it in these really nice color combinations. We have the olive green with a gray laminate and a transparent olive and the opaque olive together, and then the hand-painted sprayed metal finish on the frames for the side temple. So what you'll notice is that I am introducing some more unisex and masculine shapes because there was a call out for that. So we've looked at some bigger sizes. Then playing with metals a little bit, bringing this familiar look and design into metals. So we had the cozy and now we have the comfy. And you see these hand-painted triple layers of color, which was signature of the cozy as well with the acetate. Now we're doing it with the metal. And I like to point this out just when you look at the frames, because it's always good to handle the frames, put them on, try them on, and see all the details. This is just the nice hand-painted workmanship to have the temple color, the stripe, connect to the front so that we don't get too many returns, and you know, people are happy about the way we've coordinated the colors on the side. So I think that's a nice technique that shows the attention. Names and phrases. It brings that kind of down-home feel, but also there's a global scale to this too, where the designs are international in feeling. So they can be worn by many faces. Again, just reminding you the reason why I'm playing with so much color, warm tones, cool tones all together. We want the eyewear to be very practical. So when you have different outfits, some of the colors in the frames will cue off of different colors in your wardrobe. So you can really wear this every day, even though not only is it comfortable, but it's also the color combinations make it very versatile as well. This is the Drifter. Nice, again, more masculine shape, but it is unisex. Again, we wanted to expand the assortment because people were saying we need to branch out. But with that said, of course, we're always gonna play with these shapes that are very easy to sell. What I call a cupcake shape, where you have an arched brow, you have the sides that are upswept, and then you have that flat bottom there. And this is a great shape, flattering on many, many faces. And the color combinations, bringing a classic tortoise in, just a peekaboo of the tortoise, but then you have this nice teal color grounding it. Color combinations, again, I think are what make the frames more novel, more interesting, and just playing with different combinations. I had shown you the easiest pie, and so that's one size, and instead of just doing 4 colors, we did another size. So this is the 54 is the no sweat, whereas the 52 is the easiest pie. So it gives people the opportunity if they love a shape. That's really important, I think, more so sometimes than doing just the wider range of color and someone's like, oh, I fall in love with this frame, but I'm not able to fit into it. So I think giving that 2mm spread with the same shape and then playing with different colors, that's the mindset behind that. Then we have the hibbing, which is a really great, more editorial piece, I would say. But one of the things that I've discovered, like just out in the field initially with this frame, showing people, is they're in love with the red. You know how red is, you have to get like that perfect shade of red, the perfect lipstick color, whatever it is. It's like it has to have the right blue, the right this. So I think this red is really great on people's faces. You'll always notice I play with completely different color directions within the same style. so that if people say, hey, that's a great shape, but it might not be me, well, you can't really say that because there's all these colors that make the frame the perfect frame. And I love this tortoise. So it has a little more kinetic energy in the tortoise. It's not so spotty and traditional. So this has a feel of more light and life. And that's what I try to do in the OG collection, is get the tortoises that have more transparency and light so they don't feel so vintage. So when we work with the tortoises, they have a more modern feel to them. And colors this season, which we're seeing, the blues, navies are really strong. So in this hibbing, I played with a milkier color. So it's not opaque and it's not transparent, it's milky. It's a little more diffused, it's not completely transparent, you don't see the hardware in it, but then you can actually get a really nice translucent reflectivity with the light. I love this as well, where we sort of push the acetates in these two color tones, and you have this beautiful outline, but it's tone on tone, so it doesn't really look too dark in contrast like owl eyes or anything like that, but you just get that variation there, which is really, really nice. And the color's a nice blue. Then we're also playing with the red and the black, because we're bringing some red back into the collection. Minnesota, this is going to be another highlight where you have the 3-color laminations. I think this will really, really, really be a big winner. Even like this color at first, you might think, ooh, this might be too much, but it's not enough. I mean, it is like the pink, the red, the rose, phenomenal. So this is really exciting in the collection because I think we're expanding the color range, the size range, and the shape range. So we're adding a lot more dimension to the collection. One of my favorites this season is the parka. Love seeing this on faces. I mean, this is amazing. It's so cute, it's so uplifting. Even though it's a cat, it's not that extreme. You have this transparent rosy crystal grounded with the dual laminated color at the brow. And you have the pink with the brown. And then as you see, this is a little less contrast. I do one color that's a little easier. So we have the plum color at the top, and then we have the transparent kind of striated color of teal and purple in the tortoise. Stone Arch Bridge, we did a nice little bevel around there so it has a good accent and layer in the color. This is an easier shape, again, giving the opportunity to do another shape that's not a cat. This is a round, so kind of has a panto shape a little bit, so it's sort of a rounded panto. And then I would say Twin Cities, everybody's gonna want it. Give them 2 because, you know, we want them to stock up on their favorite frame. Looks good on every face. We have this beautiful juxtaposition of the solid colors. You have the pink, you have the tan color grounded in the tort, and the transparent. This is fun too, the crystal. We're seeing that people are asking for crystal again, but then we put pops of color on the brow so that it doesn't look like everybody else's collection because there's so many crystal frames out there. So again, this gives like a unique take on crystal. And also I think the corners have a little bit of an animal sort of feel in that tortoise, which I think is fun, but it's not too much, it's just a little slice. And then we have a nice red and a green as well. So you can see in a frame that we think is going to be a hot seller like the Twin Cities, that's why we justify doing the 4 colors, because we think there's a lot of faces that will want that shape, so we want to give them the different tones and colors as well. Here, the Oh Shucks, this is a nice shape, easy, kind of pillowed square. And the most interesting part about it is we have the pinstriping around the edges. So we have the hand-painted stripe around the outside edge and the inside edge, which brings a little life and variation to a metal so it doesn't look basic. But again, it is much more buttoned down, I think, and just classy looking. But there is that really peekaboo pop of color in the pinstriping, which is cool. And then the nice, beautiful kind of gunmetal gray that feels like a new, fresh, sporty color. And so when you put the orange with the gray, it's perfect, very unisex. and it doesn't look too seasonal. It looks like every day. So those are the exciting new releases in the OG collection. You can see this season, it's just expanding the collections, whether it's like adding some more min shapes or adding some more shapes overall, playing with some rounds, playing with some geometrics. You can see also trends in color where we have some browns and coppers in the metals coming out. The brush burnished effect is coming out there. We have brick color, we have the ivory and the bone colors that we're still playing with, and then the greens and the blues, like cooler tones, those are also very popular. So this season there's a lot happening in fall, and go out there and show everybody with enthusiasm and with the same excitement that we have creating the collections. So thank you very much, and great selling.